Okay. All right. Here we are. Here we are. I know I got to brush the beard when it's a good episode. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I do. Here we are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Wherever you are, I appreciate you pulling up, man. I appreciate it. This is Cigar Talk Live. Let's get them numbers up, man. Y'all know how we do. Today is a good episode. I got some stuff to talk about, man. I got some things to talk about. You know, usually it's I'll be on the Don Julio, y'all know that. But today is, I'm on some red wine today. It's a nice day. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice, calm, tranquil day. I know I've been having a lot of questions about a lot of stuff, man. So I'm about to bring on the guest. It's a red wine, man. Merlot of choice, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Merlot kind of brother. Merlot on Sundays. I don't do too much on Sunday. No Don Julio on Sundays. Merlot only. I'm gonna bring on my guest, y'all. Let me tap in with the crowd real quick. Hit that like button, though. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Okay, Val, OG Val in the building. Salute, Val. Teofimo Lopez, who? Yeah, man. Listen, everybody's been blowing me up about this Teofimo Lopez thing. I'm gonna tell y'all all about that. Y'all know I keep it real on Cigar Talk. I'm gonna give y'all everything. A lot of people been asking me about the whole interaction with Teo that took place. But I'm gonna talk about that after this interview, though. After this interview, I'm gonna get into it. Everybody been asking me about Teo. Everybody been asking me, yo, we saw you pressing Teo. I'm gonna get into it. But first, I wanted to get to this brother right here, man. Lenny P. Salute, my guy, Lenny P in the building. Marta Prince, what's popping? Omari had a hell of an Olympic run. Looking forward to his upcoming pro debut. Me too, man. Me too. I got some questions for the good brother. I know we got some more people pulling up, man. Hit that like button. I got Omari Jones in the building today. I got Omari Jones in the building today. For those of you that are not familiar, the goal of Cigar Talk, y'all know how I do. Obviously, I'm coming with the biggest interviews. This is Cigar Talk, so you know how we do. Y'all see that Terrence Crawford interview. Y'all seen it. I got some heat coming. But the purpose of Cigar Talk is not only to talk to the people that we know, it's to talk to the next crop. It's to talk to the future of this here sport that we all love. And this guy right here is one of the guys that's the future. He represented America in the Olympics, 2024 in Paris. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely gotta talk and chop it up with him, man. So let me just hit the crowd real quick before I bring him up. He's here. Omari Jones is here. We about to bring him up right now, y'all. Marta Prince. Salute to Najee standing on business. T.O. been wilding. Lenny P, my cousin. This is my white cousin, Lenny P. Lenny, what's up, baby? Najee putting the brakes on Teo. Yeah, listen, I'm going to talk about all the Teo stuff. I know everybody been wanting to know. Just wait till I got to get this interview out first, and then we could get to all the Teo stuff. Did I get banned from the Barclays? I'll talk about that too. Everybody want to know about that too. We could get into all of that. We could get all of that. Yeah, Haney interview on the way. I know y'all saw it. Y'all saw the Devin Haney tweet. I posted it. Devin Haney, me and Devin spoke. He wants to do the interview. We set it up. So without further ado, if you aren't familiar, you need to get familiar. This kid right here is one of those guys that's going to be the next crop. Val, he won the bronze in the Olympics. He won the bronze in the Olympics. Can you start bringing up the top amateurs? Yes. Yes, I can start that. But He's not an amateur no more. His pro debut is this Saturday. So without further ado, tell a friend to tell a friend, hit that like button. Let me bring up Mr. Omari Jones. Yo.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up, good brother? How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a long time coming. We finally here. We got the interview. We ready.
That's right. We've been talking about this for some time, but I told you we was definitely going to do it, and now's the time, man. I'm glad that you were able to take your time out, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.
Nah, for sure. Well, first, cheers to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking some red wine today, so it's an amazing day. Yeah, you got the water. There you go. You got to get ready for the weekend. Okay, there's a troll already in the comments. You got to go. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. I just deleted it. If you do it again, you're out. Y'all know the rules. All right. Now, man, we got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is your pro debut coming up this Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's gotta be, I don't want to say nerve-wracking, but like, you gotta be anxious. You gotta be, tell me, how do you feel, right? Like this is the original, this is the pro debut. How you feeling?
It's a lot of different emotions. It's like, for one, I'm having my debut in my hometown. A lot of people don't get that opportunity. So I'm not only putting on just for fans, but I'm putting on for my people in my city. So it just exciting times, like they always say, you only get one pro debut, and I'm glad my pro debut is going to be in my city, Orlando, Florida.
How much how much energy do you have to spend with it being your hometown, right? I'm sure there's like friends and family and everybody's hitting you up. Yo, Omari, I need tickets.
Yeah.
How crazy has that part been? Just like, the fanfare, reaching out to you.
Right. It's been a lot. I wouldn't say it's been too much for us overbearing because my team has been doing a great job. So I just left it to them, to my dad, to my coach, all of that. And sometimes I got to get my hands dirty and I got to go out and drive around and sell tickets, but not too much. They letting me stick to boxing and get my recovery in day out. So we keeping the main thing the main thing.
Obviously, there is a difference between the pro game and the amateur system. How has that affected, I guess, how you're training for this upcoming fight? Has the training method changed? Like, what's the difference, I guess, in your mind between preparing for your amateur fights versus preparing for your pro debut?
Yeah, so for my amateur fights, I'm usually sparring anywhere from 4 to 5 rounds. This camp, I went anywhere from 8 to 12 rounds in training camp for sparring. Uh, even certain things like shadow boxing is longer jump roping, longer bag work. So everything is pretty much extended, and the intensity is picking up. 2 to 3 workouts a day, longer miles. Just things like that because I'm going from a 3 round fight for as a sprint to me being able to take my time in a 6 round fight.
Oh, your first one's a 6 rounder.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me about your business decision, right? Because obviously, I know when you and I met and we were talking, and I was like, you was like, yo, let me on the show. I said, yo, I got you, but I just want to see where you go in the pro game. And you say, yo, I'm making a decision really soon and it's going to come out. Obviously, Matchroom is the destination that you chose. And as an Olympian, I'm sure you have options, right? Like you are, you won the bronze in the Olympics. What was it about Matchroom that made you feel comfortable to make your career, your business decision to sign with Matchroom?
Yeah, so like you said, I had a lot of options, especially fresh off the Olympics, being the only medalist, just things like that. It gave me a lot of leverage for promoters, to, of course, want me. So with Matchroom, it was pretty much like after I read the contract, it pretty much felt like a partnership, and instead of just a promoter and fighter relationship along with Matchroom, allowing me to stay busy. And it was also like just Eddie Hearn, his hunger to get the deal done. It's like Eddie Hearn, he texted me right after pretty much right after my last fight in the Olympics in my DM, and he said let's meet. He took the train over to Paris, and that was that.
Okay. Yo, my bad, y'all. Can y'all hear me? I'm hearing people saying it's echo. Is it messing up my audio? Let me know in the chat, y'all. I want to make sure everybody hears this. We live. Let me know in the chat. Is the audio good? Audio good or no good? Cousin Lenny says it's good. Is it echo? All right, hold up. Hold up. Let me get it together, y'all. We got to make sure we get this right. Hold up. All right. How about now? Still an echo, y'all? Still an echo? Are we good? They saying they robbed Omari in the. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Whatever old boy name is.
Yeah, that was against Uzbek that I fought. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way, man. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you said Eddie slid in your DMs,
Hey,
and that's what started it off. Yeah, that sounds crazy, right? That's hold on, let me hit my sound.
hey,
Hey, I know I average one pause an episode, y'all. My bad. Hold up.
What's crazy
All right,
is Eddie said that when I had the press conference with him, and I just looked at him like, Eddie.
Yeah, I heard him say. I saw him say that. Yeah. Hold on, y'all know I average one pause an episode, y'all. My bad. Hold up. All right, hold up. So Eddie reached out to you,
right?
And what exactly did he say? Like, what was the first conversation like?
He pretty much just texted me. I wouldn't say surprised, but I kind of was because it was just like I just, that was just my last fight in the Olympics, and it was like right then and there. They, on it trying to get the job done. So he basically was just like, let's meet, let's grab coffee with your dad and mom. So my parents was out in Paris with me, and a train from London to Paris about an hour and a half. So he did that, and I think from his first impression, that was, we pretty much knew what we was gonna do.
So you never took there was never a point to you where you took other promoters seriously, like Top Rank or maybe PBC. I'm just throwing names out. But was there ever a point that you took other people seriously as well?
Absolutely, it was a toss up between a few companies, but like I said, it was just something about, I seen you in Philly, I seen you in and then we finally linked up in Orlando when we finally talked. But I saw their shows and the way that they move, and I think that was just kind of like the last time me and Eddie actually needed to talk before he was like, all right, let's go ahead and get the deal done. So it was a lot of, they showed a lot of interest for sure, and getting me into places and shining light on me and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get to the Olympics, man, because obviously that's a big part of your story, a big highlight. Making the Olympics is already that's a huge deal, right? Like, tell me about prior to actually the Olympics, like the Olympic qualifiers. I think you had to beat maybe 5 or 6 opponents, I think, to actually qualify. What was that process like having to go through that to actually qualify?
Man, it's it was some of the most stress and stressful time of my life. So I had to compete within the U.S. I had to fight for my spot again in the U.S. and then I had to go on and compete against the world. So it was 72 people in my weight class, I believe, and I had to be top 4. So I had to fight 4 times in my bracket. So out of 72 people, I ended up placing top 4, and then that's when I punched my ticket to Paris, and then I went on to get the bronze, and I had to fight I fought twice to medal, and then the third fight is of course when I lost split decision.
Right. Okay. You see, Eric Harris says, "Hey, Omari, don't forget about Najee when you get famous. Don't do it, Omari. Don't do it."
Nah.
I would be like, I was one of them early ones.
Facts.
All right. So, tell me that, because obviously everybody that goes to the Olympics is going for gold. You lost to get the bronze medal, but a lot of people say that they feel like you got robbed.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah, well, with amateur boxing, the first round, like I always tell even the young fighters in the gym, man, get when you go out to these nationals, get that first round. And everybody felt like I won the first round, and I come back to the corner. It's the open scoring in the Olympic system, and they tell me I lost, but I'm like I did everything right in that round. So so it's kind of like okay, in the second round I came out harder. Then the third round, I clearly won, and it was kind of like a pity round they gave to me because the fight was already over. So it just like, just certain things in politics that, uh, a lot of people seen, but I'm just not the one to come up, with excuses. I just let, everybody else, I let the world see it. And if that's what they said, and I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of people saying it, right? Like a lot of fans. I saw even Jake Paul tweeted it at the time. Jake Paul was tweeting about it. How disappointed was that for you? Just not getting the outcome that you wanted.
Man, I wanted me being the last one left, the last man standing. It was cool to medal, but man, we train years for that. I always see myself not just on the podium, but at the top of the podium. But I'm glad I was able to keep the streak for the U.S. Because I believe we haven't went to any Olympics and not get not one medal. So I'm just glad that I was able to keep the torch um, going and just continue to put on for my country and my city.
Yeah. What is it like? Describe it for us. Everybody in here, we not gonna get a chance to go to the Olympics, right? Like this
Yeah.
is this is the part where the greatest athletes in the world all congregate in one space. Um, I saw on your Instagram, you was taking pictures with Braun, Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying? All the basketball legends. Tell me what, like the whole Olympic Village experience. Like, could you explain that part to me?
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with the Olympic Village. So when we get there, you go through a whole security check. No matter how many times you go in and out, you got to go through a security check. You got your little lanyard. It's actually right here. I think I still got it. Yeah. So this is this was my
Mm,
Olympics. They give you one of those.
fire.
That's how you get in and out. But yeah, in the village, every country has their own building. So you got the U.S. building, you got Finland, you got Puerto Rico. Everybody has their own building, and man, that opening ceremony was something special. It was like we was walking in the line, we was getting on the bus to get on the boat. Walked past Anthony Edwards, got on the boat, took a picture with LeBron, and it just like I remember watching the Olympics in 2012 when I was probably like 8, 10 years old, and I was just like, man, I want to be there with those guys. And you fast forward like 12 years later, and I'm there.
I love that. Was there anybody that you got a chance to really talk to? Like, you know what I'm saying, that you ever wanted to speak to?
Um, I talked with Simone Biles briefly. She was cool. That's like a great a quote in women's like sports.
Absolutely.
Uh, I talked to a lot of track stars like Noah Lyles, Shakari Richardson. They train here in Florida, so that's kind of where we connected at, and a lot of track stars. So it was a great experience, man. And I still stay in touch with a lot of those guys to this day.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. They want to know what weight do you fight at now in the pros?
So right now it's gonna be a catch weight until it's a big call. So this next fight, March 15th, that I'm having on Saturday, I'm gonna be campaigning at 152. We'll see how I'm feeling there, and just we just gonna keep you know seeing if it's 147, 154, wherever I'm comfortable at.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was 152 in the amateur system also, right?
It was 152 like 3, 4 years ago, but I ended up fighting at the Olympics. They changed it to 156.
Okay.
So I've been campaigning at that way for the past 3, 4 years.
Which do you think you feel the most comfortable in? Like if you had to, cut some weight to go to 47, or like, you know what I'm saying, kind of stay near about where you're at to go to 54. Which do you feel more comfortable in?
I feel more comfortable at 154. 147. I know I can get down that because my weight is always good. I'm always in shape, but my body hasn't been in that weight in the past 4 or 5 years. But we just gonna see. I'm gonna test my body. Training camp is good. I'm looking cut and ripped up right now, so I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, 147. You kind of tall. We met out in Orlando. I
Yeah.
said, oh, this guy kind of tall, man. B47. They want to know, how do you describe your fighting style?
I describe my fighting style as boxer puncher, speed, got good movement, um, great at distance, um, and my feet get me in and out of trouble.
Okay. Who would you say has been the most difficult sparring partner so far? Out of everybody that you sparred, tell me who was the person that made you feel like, damn, god damn, this was one of those ones right here.
You wanna know the truth?
The truth. We need a cigar talk. We need the truth.
Man, so I ain't gonna lie. I seen him in Vegas, and we talked and reminisced on our sparring sessions. I gotta go with Keon Davis. Me and him,
The juice man. The juice
yeah,
man.
me and him went at it in Colorado Springs. So great work, some of the best work I had. So kudos to him. He definitely pushed me to get my bronze medal, helping me out day in and day out the gym. So yeah.
I like that. Actually, that's a good, because y'all around the same height, kind of. I feel
Yeah,
like
he a
similar
little
height.
taller. Yeah, he
He
a
a little
little
taller.
taller. Yeah.
Yeah, that, you know what? That might be a fight down the line where we looking like, yo,
Yeah,
I kind of like that. That's a good. I
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Okay. I know you said, I saw one of your other interviews, and you said that maybe that your goal was to go to the Olympics, and you wasn't necessarily sure if you wanted to go pro.
Yeah.
Um, Tell me that, man. I feel like somebody who go to the Olympics, like, you gotta go pro. Like, what do you, when you said that you wasn't sure about going pro, like, what did you mean? Like, where did that come from? Like, describe that, the mind frame.
Well, my mind frame was kind of just like, man, do I want to leave off with a bronze medal, or do I want to go get this gold? And it's like, but I had to also think about my future and finances and family, and where I see myself in the next couple of years. And not saying my decision was based off money. It's based off of like where I see myself with superstardom and stuff like that. And I just didn't want to, still be trapped in the amateur system when I know there's a lot more out here and a lot more opportunities for light to be shined on me. So I was battling hard between, because LA is a home games as well, and we don't get too many of those. So yeah, that was kind of where my toss up was at.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I listen. I think you made the right decision. Of course, you want to go, but get that money, brother. Take care of your family and
Yeah.
get that money.
Yes, sir.
Um, you from Orlando?
Hmm.
Well, actually, before I go to that, the people, they want you to describe the fighting style a little bit more. Like, do you feel like you're a knockout puncher?
I would say not yet. If we being honest, I feel like my speed and my output definitely breaks guys down. But I definitely, I ain't gonna say like I got pillow hands, because I do got some crack. But we still developing power, especially me stepping into the pros and building in that 154 division or 147, wherever I decide to campaign at.
Okay, I like that. Um, Tell me about Orlando, man. That's your hometown, born and raised. Like you said, you're fighting, your pro debut in Orlando. Um, what part of Orlando you from?
So I'm like West Orlando. A lot of people may know like the city or a little area called Pine Hills. So I'm from Pine Hills area, West Orlando. So not Disney World, not
Yeah.
Disney World, what they may think. So um, yeah, so I love my city, man. I always give back. It's my home. So it just, I
What
mean,
was it like growing up there? Like, what You know what I'm saying? Like you growing up, kind of tell me about that. Like what did that look like?
Growing up for me, it was pretty much my parents. They put me into karate uh, first at a young age at 4, and then right from there, the after school program. Like you can, I say after school program, daycare, whatever. The karate school, they would pick me up from school and take me straight to the gym. So that's kind of where I found my routine. And then at that same gym is where I found boxing. And yeah, man, my dad and mom did a great job at raising me and my brothers. All three went to college. So yeah.
I like that. So what was it that turned you from, doing karate to wanting to actually, be a boxer?
Yeah, so at one point you get to that age where you gotta pick one. I was doing track in middle school, I was doing basketball in middle school, and I just kind of reached high school, and my dad just kind of looked at me like, if you're gonna do this boxing thing, we gotta go all the way. You can't, because I'll sometimes go from track practice straight to the gym, the boxing gym. That's just how my work ethic was. um so yeah, my pop said, stop the back and forth, choose one. Don't get injured in this one, and you have to stop this one. So I chose one, and I think I chose right.
When did you actually fall in love with it though? Because I know, to get to the heights that you've already gotten, I feel like there has to be somewhat of a love there, you know what I'm saying, to really do it. But what was it? What was the point or the moment that you realized, like, all right, I love this and this is what I want to be committed to?
I think at 10, honestly, 10 or 11, it was like, I do it now too, but it's like my pops, man, he'll be with me after the gym. I even tell the coach that I had at the time, when everybody was going and the gym was empty, it was like, man, I need some extra mitt work. Like we'll drill stuff from like 10 to 11 when practice was done at 9 o'clock, drilling and drilling. And I felt like even from that point, and my Olympic teammates would tell you, like, yeah, Omari, man, after we was done, he was doing sprints with coach, or he was doing extra mitts with coach in the corner. Like, the work ethic just been in me. So I feel like it's just no mistake on why I'm here.
I love that. They asking Lulu, salute. Has he ever linked with Keith Thurman out there in Florida?
Yeah, actually, I think me and Keith linked up. It might have been the Tim Tszyu fight that happened here in Orlando when Tim Tszyu fought the Russian, and
Oh, Bakram, yeah.
yeah, and Keith Thurman had a lot of good advice for me. I wasn't professional at the time, but Keith Thurman had a lot of advice for me, how to train, what to expect in the game. So, shout out to him and his fight coming up.
Yeah. Tell me this, because I know, there's been like a long stigma of like boxers are guys that come from the hood or the streets, and you
Yeah.
gotta be hood to really, be successful at that. And then when I look at you, obviously, we don't really know each other, but when I look at you in your interviews, it feels like you come from a good, tight-knit family, like a really,
Oh, yeah.
a really good, close family. What do you think about that stigma? Do you think there's any truth to it, or is it for you, it's just like, you could be successful at it from wherever you're from or whatever the case is.
Yeah, I think that's been a stigma for a long time with fighters. They say fighters are dumb, or they just, we always kind of have that background of being called those type of names, because we fighters and we supposed to come from this type of uh you know dirty, grimy background. But in reality, like I tell the kids at the gym, it's like, you can become whatever, whoever you put your mind, whatever you put your mind to. So for me and my family, my parents, like I said, raised me and my brothers, uh, kept us on the right track, had our father in our life, and that's, had God in our life, will have God in our life, and that pretty much guided us and kept us on the straight narrow.
I love that. I love that. How was it for your parents to accept that you was gonna be a boxer? Like, usually a lot of moms sometimes be like, I don't want my baby in there boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How was it for your parents to accept it?
Yeah, mom was just like how you said. Mom was just like that. She gonna be at the fight, and I don't know if she gonna be watching half of it. But Pops, he gonna be in the corner. He's with it. He get nervous too. Sometimes I gotta calm him down. Like we good. Uh, but yeah, that just basically that parent. That's that parenting in them. They of course gonna be nervous for their child and things like that. But it's natural, and I just tell them we good. I got it.
How about your brothers? I mean, you got two other brothers I saw. Were they ever interested in fighting like that, combat sports?
Yeah, so my two older brothers actually started out with the karate first, and I came right behind them. And then my oldest brother had some height on him, so he did boxing too, as well, for a little while. But he just kind of was just like, I'm gonna go the school route. And like I said, both of my brothers got their college degree. So
Yeah, I love that. Who do you look up to as far as this boxing thing is concerned? Like, who were the guys that you patterned your style after, or you came to made you love this thing? Like when you watched them.
uh, I like to tell the story. I started out um, watching Ali like first 3 years straight. Like I ain't watched nobody else.
Yeah.
Um, and that just like kind of where my movement come from, my speed, and like it was just naturally in me from like me visualizing and watching him over and over. Then I moved on to watch Roy Jones, and I seen his movement. I'm like, oh, he different. Then I watched Floyd, so it's like, but I feel like now in today's game, I'm a I must say Crawford. I like Crawford.
Yeah, Terrence Crawford, a dog.
Yeah.
Is he your favorite fighter today?
In today's time, yeah, for sure.
Who gave you Ali? Because you a lot younger than me. You feel me? I'm a young OG. They be calling me Unc now. Everybody in the
Yeah.
chat who called me Unc, you're getting timed out, by the way. But you know what I'm saying? I'm 36 years old. Ali was the first guy that I watched as well that made
Yeah.
me fall in love with the sport. You're a lot younger than me. How did you get Ali? Like, was it your pops? Did somebody give that to you, or that's just something that you came across and liked his style?
Yeah, I would just all I in boxing, that's all I heard was Ali, Ali, Ali this. He's the greatest. So I'm like, let me look him up. And like, oh, okay. Yeah, like he was really, that guy with the foot, the speed. Um, man, and he amazing. So for me to mimic that and kind of, try to go in his footsteps. He went to the Olympics. I went to the Olympics. Just I want to mimic try to take the blueprint of the greats and strive for them.
If you weren't boxing, what would you be doing?
Probably golfing.
Yo, you know what? I seen a video where Eddie was like, "Yo, your son's actually good at golf too." Hold up, you golf? Like you a real golfer?
I ain't gonna say I'm a real golfer, but I'll say if I really put the time in, I'll be dangerous for sure. I'd be dangerous.
How did you learn how to golf?
Me and my pops, we just I just said, pops, let's go to the range real quick, and I just kept trying, but I was real bad at it until I got like lessons. So once I got lessons, that's when I really started to like it. And I always said like I wanted to be a businessman, so I know a lot of stuff is on a golf course is business. So
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be cool to do business on a golf course.
I love that, man, because I actually just started playing golf recently too. And I
Yeah.
love it. I suck right now, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna get nice though. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying? But that's fire. I love that. You said you feel like a lot of gets done a lot of business gets done on the golf course.
Yeah.
Um, do you feel is that a part of who you are? Like, a businessman, like having business acumen? Is that a part of who you are right now?
For sure. I mean, I'm just shout out my merch. You can go to omaribangerjones.com. But yeah, I just wrote a book, The Journey of an Olympian, and from a young age, I always started my merchandise, my Dollar and a Dream company. So yeah, it's a lot of merch, and a lot of merch will be sold on March 15th. So y'all come to the booth.
Okay, what's the site again? I'm gonna post it up here.
Oh, you ready?
Yeah,
Omari
yeah,
Banger.
banger.
Yep, Jones.com.
OmariBangerJones.com. All right, bet. I'm gonna go get me a shirt, man. I like what you're doing, and I like, I gotta go support that. Listen, chat, I gotta say this, chat. 'Cause I see a lot of people. Y'all know, yo, listen, Omari, in my chat, a part of my chat. They make fun of everybody who comes up here. So that's
What
just
they
what
say.
they do, right? Like that's the chat. But I want to say this. Everybody that's a boxer, that don't mean you gotta be from the hood or doing hood stuff. Y'all gotta stop that. Y'all
Right.
gotta stop that. That don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking forward to this young man's career. Can you tell me what are some of the goals that you have in terms of boxing? Like, what's the goals? What you want to achieve? What do you know what I'm saying? What are you looking to do while you're here?
I'm looking to make the big fights happen. Like I said, I'm not gonna be calling anyone out or anything right now. I just want to get my feet, get my feet in the game first. Of course, world champion, undisputed. Maybe even move up a few weight classes and do things like that because I love a challenge. So yeah, and just keep putting on great performances and giving the crowd what they want to see.
Yeah, they say you look like David Robinson. I can see it a little bit, just a little bit. But so tell me about the book, man, because I'm definitely want to look forward to check out the book. I saw Clarissa Shields did the forward in the book.
Yeah.
You and Clarissa Shields have a relationship. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, me and Clarissa, we connected at when she came to the training center in Colorado to promote her movie, and she sparred one of our girls that was going to the Olympics, and from then it was just like we was laughing, we was talking. She was like, "Hit me up on Instagram. We're gonna stay connected through the Olympics." And she really did that. She was checking in on me. She was telling me advice. Keep showing out. Keep keep being you. So she was coming with that good energy, and I just reached out to her out of I just said, "Can you do this out of love from your heart? Write a message of what you think of me and." How we connected real quick, and she did it that same day.
I love that. I love that. Can you give us, just a little bit about, what the book is about? Like, obviously, it's your journey, it's your highs and your lows. Can you give me a brief summary of your book?
Yeah, so it's pretty much me. Like I told you a little bit about my background uh, with my family, but we still come from humble beginnings. Uh, it's not like we was in the suburbs and stuff like that. But we come from humble beginnings, and it's just a kid from Orlando striving to get to the Olympics. He went through this. He had to go through his down points, and he had to go through self doubt, and the only people he could really lean on is God and his family, and he had to go deep down and trust himself to show the kids in Orlando that it was possible. So it's an inspiring book, man, and I think it's a read for everybody.
Man, that's what's up, man. Listen, man, I'm very grateful to talk to you and see the beginning of your story, man. I think I love to see how everything matures, how everything develops. And seeing you right now, the debut, we're definitely gonna be tuned in. So it's on the zone, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you opening the bout?
No, so I'll be right before Berlanga. So I'll be on I think I have the TV time. So
Oh,
it's
they gave you prime time spot too. Ooh.
hey man, it's Orlando, man. It's my city. It's only right. It's only right.
I love that, bro. Yo, listen, make sure you keep golfing too, brother. That's a good, you know what I'm saying?
I
That's a
got
good
you.
skill set to have. Make sure you keep doing that as well.
I got you. Hey, cigar talk, man. Appreciate you. Hey, I love your platform. Keep bringing them great interviews, man. I'm glad we got the chance to chop it up.
Man, thank you so much, man. Yo, listen, if y'all got any last questions for Omari, write me right now. If y'all got any last questions for him before I let him go, you know what I'm saying? Write me in the chat. Um, write me in the chat. People saying they pulling up to they pulling
Oh
up.
yeah, come on out, Orlando, Florida, at the Caribe Royale. I'll see y'all there.
Are the tickets already sold out, or like is it more tickets? Like, what's the ticket situation?
They can go to OmariBangerJones.com, but tickets, I think it's only pretty much all the ringside is going. It's only general admission, $40 and $50 tickets left. So
They want to know: have you worked with Erickson Lubin?
me and him worked side by side. Me and his coach we actually had the same coach at one point. But he's still training in Florida doing his thing. He has a fight coming up soon, right after mine, and mine is first. So yeah, me and him, we actually the first gym that I trained at, me and him was actually training together since youngins. So
Oh
that's
wow.
a story between us. Yeah,
Um, they say, do you plan on getting back with Xander Zayas?
get it back with him.
Yeah,
Like,
what I'm about to say, y'all fought before in the amateurs or
yeah,
something?
in the amateurs, but yeah, we can. Um, yeah, we'll definitely. Well, I definitely see him. I mean, we in the same weight class.
That's
We'll
a
see
good
each other
fight,
out.
actually. I like that down the line. That's a good little
You-
one too. You giving
hey,
us good
hey,
matchup.
hey,
Give me all
cigar shop.
Davis,
That,
Xander Zayas. Drop a bomb.
hey, your people start stuff, man. You see what they doing?
Yeah, they start. That's how they do it in here. Cigar talk. We gonna hype up the fights and instigate the good fight. Cigar talk. Lastly, all right. So who? Give me your top three fighters right now.
I'm gonna go with Terrence Crawford, um, Gervonta Davis, and Canelo.
That's a good three. My man Greg Hackett in the building. Greg Hackett, salute. He says, "Yo, Naj, what up? Salute to Jones."
What up,
Greg
man?
Hackett, the best with the breakdowns. Yo, Greg, I'm gonna need you to jump on too.
Beat him up boxing himself.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Oh, wait, who won the fight with you and Xander Zayas though?
Oh, he won.
He won
Back in
that.
Salt Lake City.
Boy, you gonna need that lick back. You gonna
Yeah.
need that lick back.
Yes, sir.
All right, yo, listen, Omari, thank you, man, for pulling up, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to your career. And I'll be supporting you this upcoming Saturday, man.
Appreciate you, man. I hate you ain't gonna be there, man. But next time, on the next one.
Next time for sure.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Thank
All
you.
right, later. All right, y'all. Omari Jones. Omari Jones interview. I like that kid, man. And I know it's all jokes. Like, I know how y'all do, you know what I'm saying? I know how the panel do. We got a joke on everybody. Y'all was calling him a chess master, all type of shit. But and it was funny stuff. It was funny stuff. My cousin Lenny said he looked like David Robinson. That was pretty funny. But I just want y'all to know that, you know, every fighter don't gotta be hood though. It don't gotta be that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Guys like Andre Ward, even though he's from the Bay, don't get it fucked up. Andre Ward from the Bay. What I'm saying is like, I don't think that being hood equals good fighter. I don't think that equals that. You know what I mean? But nah, y'all kept it light. Y'all kept it light. Yo, Lulu, man, salute. Yo, Greg, you still in here, Greg? Let me know. I want Greg to jump up so we can break down some stuff. But he's from the hood. It's real, Pine Hills. Okay. I never heard of Pine Hills. I never heard of that. But word. Yo, listen, so a lot of people been asking me about the Teofimo situation. Crown Jewel Boxing, salute. A lot of people been asking me about the Teofimo Lopez situation. Take your hat off, bro. Why? I've taken my hat off before, bro. A lot of people have been asking me all week about the Teofimo Lopez situation. If you notice, I saw it online, right? Like I saw it. A lot of people was tagging me. People was filming all of that type of shit. I didn't tweet it or really like make it a thing on social media because I didn't do it for that. I didn't do it for that. I wasn't trying to get clout. This wasn't like, yo, this is a clout move, so yo, let me promote it. So like, if you notice, I didn't promote it. Like what it was what it was. And yeah, come on, you know how I do. Eric, you know how I do. Yeah, y'all want the story or not? Y'all want the story or not? Cigar talk. We on the red wine today. We on the red wine today. Do y'all want the story or not? I'll give you the story if you want the story. Pull up some red wine. Pour up some more red wine. I'll give you the story if you want the story. All right. Now, Eric, you funny as hell, bro. You funny as hell, bro. All right. I'm going to give y'all story time real quick on how this came about. And then I'm not going to speak on it again because, like I said, when that happened, it wasn't like I wasn't trying to let people see it or da-da-da-da. It just happened. It's one of those things that just happened. So I'm going to speak on it because a lot of people have been asking me. So I'm going to speak on it this one time, and then I'm never going to talk about it again. So I went to the Canelo William Skull press conference. Number one, I want to say I've been watching William Skull fights, and this ain't just no easy fight right now for Canelo, by the way. I just want to throw that up there. So I'm at the press conference. I came a little late. I had some stuff to do. I came to the press conference a little bit late. So where I was sitting at, I was sitting in the section that was like not the media section, because like I said, I came late, so I couldn't really go to where the media shit was. So I'm sitting like towards the side of the stage. And it's so funny because I'm sitting there and, I'm just recording, they bring me to the press conference to record and talk about what I see and, hype up the fights. So, I'm doing my job. I'm sitting there just recording. Then maybe about 20 minutes later, I see Teofimo Lopez walking down the aisle. We locked eyes. Now, mind you, we're not in the same, like I'm in the row, but I'm not like, you know what I'm saying, in the aisle. So he's walking in the aisle. This is before all of that happened, which I saw on camera. So I'm sitting in the row and we lock eyes. Now, those of you who follow me on Twitter, y'all should be following me on Twitter. Najee Chill, at Najee Chill on Twitter. Y'all know I speak freely on there. I talk my shit on Twitter. I say what I want to say on Twitter. Y'all remember how Kanye said, I'm on TV talking like it's just you and me. That's how I do. I'm on Twitter talking like it's just you and me. I'm talking my shit on Twitter. So I've said things on Twitter about Teofimo. I don't respect what he's doing. I don't respect how he's moving. And I think it's clown behavior. I voiced it. I've said it. That's how it goes. So, I get a lot of traction on Twitter. I'm sure he's seen that. He saw that. So we lock eyes, pause. He see me, I see him. We looking at each other. He looking at me. I'm looking at him. I'm just trying to see what's up, what's going on. You know what I mean? So he look at me, and then I start nodding my head like, yeah, I'm here. And he looking at me and he made this gesture like this, like punch in the face type gesture. I said, come here. And he just walked away. He went about his, he stopped for a little bit. That exchange happened and he walked away. Now I was cool with it. It is what it is, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way. Yeah, Marta Prince, that was me. I AO'd Oscar at the, that was me. I started the AO at the press conference too. But so what happened was, so that's what happened, right? Now, mind you, like I said, I'm not coming to like be a disturbance to the event and all of that shit, right? So you got to understand, there's a couple of things that I want y'all to understand. Well, actually, matter of fact, before I tell y'all that, let me finish the story. So we got to the end of the event. The end of the event, right? Events happening, blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, I just want y'all to know I was upset how everything happened because I wanted to see Turki Alalshikh. My goal was to run down on Big Turk. I wanted to run down on Big Turk and be like, yo, Turk, I'm the hottest in the boxing streets. We need you on the show. I wanted Big Turkey on the show. This is what I've been working. I've been working to get him on the show, right? So at the end of the thing, at the end of the press conference, now, mind you, this is at the Radio City. So the way Radio City is set up is like, there's like a barricade in between like this little media section. And I told you I was late. So normally I would have just been in the media section. But I couldn't do that because of the way it was. So I moved up to the little front row and I started recording so I could get the the face off. Canelo and William Skull was doing the face off. So I start recording. Now, mind you, this is what happens. Too much wine? Nah, we just getting started, Val. Now, mind you, this is what happens. Y'all know how I get, man. Come on, man. Y'all know how I get. So now, I'm recording what's going on. At the end of it, so what happens is I don't see him, right? Like I don't see him. All of a sudden, I'm recording, and then Tio comes up to me and he's like, yo, what's up? Tio comes up to me and asks me, he says, yo, what's up? I said, you know what's up. You know what's up. And he like, what's up? And I said, what's up is, and I'm not gonna go into the whole thing about what we said because what was said was for him. I didn't say that for everybody else. But what I want y'all to understand is that when the video stuff started happening, that was halfway into the conversation. We had it was a whole conversation. It was a lot that was said before what I saw in the videos. That's only like halfway into it. And again, it's like I said, I didn't do this for no media, blah, blah, blah. I did this because I don't like that shit that you talking. I did this because I feel like that's disrespectful to my culture and that's disrespectful to the people that supported you. So what happened was, we had a discussion about it. And I told him openly how I felt about it. I told him openly how I felt about it. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this to be clear. I didn't come because some people like, yo, why you ain't smack T.O.? Why you ain't punch him? Da-da-da-da-da. I'll tell you right now, one is I'm a professional, dog. I'm a professional first. I'm not coming up in here trying to disturb events and crash out and knock myself off the position that I just took so much to build. I'm not going to let the promoters be like, oh, Naj is a distraction and he's bad for us because he's coming in here pressing the fighters and doing that. So when I came there and we had that interaction, that wasn't about me trying to make a disturbance or I'm going to come in here pressing shit and punch him out. And nah, it wasn't that. I didn't come on that type of time. But the type of time that I came on is I'm a real man, bro. Before all this media shit, before all this boxing shit, I'm a man. And if I don't like how you moving, I'm going to let you know I don't like how you moving. And that's what took place. That's what took place. There's a lot, like I said, I don't even want to go into the specifics and the particulars because, to be honest, that wasn't for y'all. I didn't do that for y'all. And what you see in the video, after we started talking, and I'm not going to lie, it got a little animated. So I'm assuming like a bunch of people start running up and filming and da-da-da-da. So, like I said, is what y'all saw was halfway through the conversation, but the main objective was, I don't care about it don't matter if you box, it don't matter about none of that. If I feel like you being disrespectful, I'm going to let you know that. There's no liquid courage. I was very sober. I don't need courage to stand on my principles. I don't need courage to stand on my morals. I don't need courage to stand on business. And that's what that was. So again, man, listen. I just felt like that was something that needed to be said. And that was for him only. That's for him and him only. So I'm not going to continue to, let people know what is it. You know what I'm saying? Nah. And I ain't one of them guys that's, you know what I'm saying? You can't trick me out my position. I know what I bring to this boxing game. And I know where Cigar Talk is going to take this. And I'm not letting you trick me out of my position. So that's what happened. We had a real man conversation. And then, and I let him know how I felt. And he let me know how he felt. But like I said, he knows how I feel, and we can leave it like that. Whatever comes from that. But we can leave it like that. I just needed him to understand that, that's very disrespectful what you're doing. And I know that you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That's that. So again, I want y'all to know, man, I'm a real one. I don't come up here for clout and doing this. I just, that was a moment of realness that just happened to get caught on camera. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Will you check Tank for calling you a bitch? Have to be consistent, Naj. One is, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Tio didn't get checked for calling me nothing. That's not consistency. Number two, a moment of realness don't got nothing to do with no public, bro. I don't care about you gotta be, I gotta be me. That's what I gotta do. So if me and Tank see each other, have a conversation, it'll be that. That ain't for you. That's not for nobody. The same way this wasn't for nobody. It just so happened that, like I said, the conversation started off, there wasn't nobody around. It was just me and Tio. It wasn't nobody around. It wasn't like a public thing. It turned into that, but that's not what it was. So again, real men, we're not worried about, you gotta be this and I don't gotta do nothing but be me, bro. I don't gotta do nothing but be me. And again, I really don't care about people saying internet, whatever, call me a bitch or on the internet. I don't care about that. That don't move me. That don't move me. So that's what that is, man. That's it, man. It's over. You know what I'm saying? If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to speak on it no more. That's what happened. It was a moment of realness that got caught on camera. And that's that. Now, let's move on. Let's move on. Lenny know, Cigar Talk the real. Let's move on. I want everybody to, let's talk right now. Let's talk right now about Turki Alalshikh and Dana White. TKO. This is what I want to talk about, because I want to bring y'all up. I want to hear opinions. I want to hear opinions on this. I want to get y'all real opinions, because this is shaking up the sport. This is shaking up the game. I want y'all to know that this is shaking up the game. What Turkey's doing right now, for better or for worse, is shaking up the game. And I'm going to give you my opinion. Oh, my man Lenny. I know Lenny don't like it. Me and Lenny was talking on Twitter. Salute, Lenny. I want to know what y'all think about it, y'all. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Let me give you my thoughts, and then I'm going to drop the link in the chat. First things first. I think Turki Alalshikh, he just doing what he want to do. Like, he got a lot of bread, and he's not afraid to spend the bread, and he's doing what he wants to do. Is that for the betterment of the sport? I don't know. But what I do know is a lot of the things he's doing has helped boxing. Can there be some drawbacks for what he's doing? I think so. Oh, shout out to Angelina. I just said this the other day. Turkey's like the Donald Trump of boxing. He is. I agree with that. I think he remind me of Donald Trump. It's like he doing certain things, but it's like he moving with the like, man, I'm doing what I want to do. That's kind of how he's moving. That's what it feels like. Like the fact that we're getting a fight in the middle of Times Square is crazy. That's insane. We've never heard of that. We've never seen that. But I think it's interesting because what we're hearing now is Turkey and Dana White are creating a league, a boxing league. They're trying to bring organized sports in a very unorganized sport. So what do I think? I think that number one, I think it's good for boxing. At least for right now. Why? I believe in competition. I feel like competition makes everybody got to step their game up. I feel like them coming in and trying to be competitive in the space is going to force other promoters to be like, you know what? We got to work together. We got to put on the best fights. We got to put on the best fights to compete with them. And at the end of the day, that's why I'm here, y'all. I don't really come here to be like who made the most money and who did the most pay-per-views. I don't really care. I don't work for none of them. I'm not getting no money with none of them. But I want to see the best fights go on. So I think that them coming to do that is going to force other promoters to have to put on fights that they may not usually put on because of economics. Y'all know how it goes. Sometimes it's like in the fight game, we got to marinate a fight because we want to make the most money. Well, sometimes when competition comes, you might not have the luxury to marinate because these guys are over here doing what they're doing. And we got to compete. And we want to see the best fights. So I really have to see how it shakes out. But there's been a beef between Turki Alalshikh and the WBC. Have y'all saw that? Have y'all seen that? What's going on between the sanctioning bodies and Turkey? I thought that was a turning point. I'm trying to decide if it's for the better or for the worse. I don't know. It's too early for me to tell. But what I did, Dana White and Turkey want to monopolize boxing. So that's the opposite of competition. Yo, Julio, everybody wants to monopolize boxing. Everybody wants to do it. Every promoter, if they could, would like to monopolize boxing. It's just something that's not easy to get done. There's plenty of promoters that have tried to monopolize boxing. It's just not that easy. But if you saw the turning point, right? This is the turning point, y'all. Canelo came to the face-off. He was going to bring his WBC belt. Turkey had the ring belt. Turkey had the Ring magazine belt on his shoulder. Canelo was bringing his WBC over. And Turki said, don't bring that goddamn belt over here. Keep that green belt over there. And I said, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Turki is making it clear that he don't care about the sanctioning bodies. And I don't know. How do y'all feel about that? Because on one hand, I love that green belt. Muhammad Ali had that belt. Floyd Mayweather had that belt. Roy Jones had that belt. But on the other hand, I seen the organizations do a bunch of bullshit. I see them not order fights that they should have ordered. David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. I see them not strip fighters that should be stripped. Pause. I said I see them not stripping fighters that should be stripped. Pause. But I'm just letting you know that the tide is turning. The tide of boxing is turning. I think it's a little too early to say whether it's good or bad. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I'm looking and I'm watching everything. And when I see something egregious, then I'm going to talk my shit and say what I got to say. But until then, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to just watch. I'm going to just watch. So I would love to hear your opinions, y'all. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Let me know. Here's the topics of the day. 2 topics of the day. Number 1 is Turki Alalshikh and Dana White, right? Turki Alalshikh and Dana White. And that's in relations to the belts, you know what I'm saying? The organizations. So we got that. And also, I never got the chance to talk to y'all about the Tank and Lamont Roach fight. So I want to know, obviously, we all saw the fight. I thought Lamont Roach won the fight. Why I say that, I believe that I thought a draw was appropriate. However, the knee was a knockdown. You can't let nobody just take a knee and then wipe your face off. You can't do that. Very, very poor job by Steve Willis. So I thought it was a draw, but they missed the knockdown to me, which would have had the fight in Lamont Roach's favor. So I thought Lamont Roach won that. I thought Lamont Roach won the fight. So I just want to know, how did y'all feel about that fight? And more so, tell me about the rematch. What's the rematch going to look like? Because remember, if y'all remember on Cigar Talk, I've been told y'all that fight was going to be a fight. I said, if you're sleeping on the fight, you tripping. So let me know how you see the rematch. Tank Lamont Roach rematch, and then Big Turki, Dana White, and the organizations. Come up, let's cook, y'all. Let's cook. I got time today, cuz. I got time today, cuz. I'm sipping on some red wine. Come chat with me, man. I want to know y'all opinions, man. What y'all think? What y'all think? I want to know how everybody sees it, how you see the fight, how you see the rematch. That was, again, first of all, that was a great goddamn fight. Tank Lamont Roach. Great fucking fight. And I told y'all it was going to be one of them fights. Anybody who's been on Cigar Talk, I've been saying, if you sleeping on this fight and you're sleeping on Lamont Roach, you're wrong. Lamont Roach is one of them guys. And I told people. And they say, oh, you're hating on Tank. You're glazing. You're glazing Lamont Roach. That's what y'all told you. Y'all told me I was glazing. Y'all told me that. I didn't forget that. Y'all said I was glazing because I said it's going to be a competitive fight. And we saw what happened. It was a very competitive fight. And I cannot wait to the rematch. I'm praying that this rematch happens because it's going to answer questions from both guys that we need to know as fans. So let's get into it, y'all. Link is in the chat. Pull up. Let's talk, man. We talking Big Turki and we talking Tank Roach. Let me get OG Val in here. OG Val, the big OG. And after OG Val, I got D1. OG Val, what's popping?
What's popping, Najee?
OG, I like you. You fresh today. OG got the fresh in it with the
I want that tea about that Cameron thing, man. I seen that, boy. What's going
listen,
on,
man.
Najee?
Yo, Val, listen, man. Me and Cam been talking lately. It's some shit in the works right now, Val.
I
know what I'm saying? Me and Cam.
No.
Yeah. Nah, it's coming. I'm gonna have to give you the lowdown, but just know that me and Cam been talking about working together, and yeah, I think it's gonna be dope, man. We just trying to put it together, make it make sense.
That's that NYC move.
You know that. So tell me, Val, what do you think about Turki Alalshikh right now with Dana White? Because it's a big announcement. Everyone's talking about it. Did you see it? And what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I seen it coming, man, when the promoters start shooting over there, man, because dude bag is too large. You know what I'm saying? And he did business with some of them already, even top rank. So anytime somebody doing business with you, Turki ain't doing no mouth-to-mouth business. He got paperwork on them cats. Them cats locked in. I think everybody locked in except for PBC, and PBC was coming in at the end. I don't know if they actually did the signature, but they was the last one to come in. Everybody else in. Golden Boy in. Eddie Hearn in. You know what I mean?
Top Rank got to deal with them. Obviously, Matchroom. So Turki he been working with everybody.
Bro, and now he about to flex.
So you like what's going on, Val? Like they said, him and Dana White are starting the league. Do you like the league idea?
I like it for the fighters because they getting a bag. He giving them a bag. They ain't gonna have nothing to complain about. And for the fans, you're gonna get the best fighting the best. And he trying to do one person per weight class. He trying to do away with that 3, 4, 5 belt shit. That 3, 4 belts. He trying to do away with that, bro.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Val? Are you against the 3, 4 belts, like 4 belts per organization? Would you prefer it to be 1 belt per weight class?
Nah, yeah, 1 per weight class. Because as a boxer, I wouldn't want to pay those sanctioning fees. So that takes the sanctioning fees off them guys, man.
Yeah, it does. They say the sanctioning fees is 3% per belt. So let's say if you undisputed, that's 12%. That's a lot of goddamn money.
So the fighters ain't gonna be complaining like the fans are. The fans gonna complain because they don't understand. So whenever you don't have no understanding, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be left complaining about shit because you don't understand. But the fighters get it. They know they're getting a bigger bag than they ever get fighting under the promoters over here in the United States. And plus, he gonna have some fights over here that he promoting also. He ain't just putting all the fights over there. That's what a lot of fans think. Oh, all the fighters going over there like that nigga KO Boxing. He be talking that negative shit. No, it's gonna be a bunch of fights over here in the United States, man. That man ain't that dumb to put all the fights over there. Everybody can buck on him. If he did that, shit, he wouldn't have no business no more.
OG, what you think about, before I go to the next guest, what do you think about the Tank Roach rematch? What did you think about the fight, and what you think about the rematch?
Well, last thing I heard that Tank was retiring, like again. No, he mentioned it again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so they do the rematch, man. I think Roach come better prepared. I think Roach took his feet off the accelerator. He really could have got down and got that fight without that knee thing. He actually did edge it out without the knee, but he could have convincingly had it if he would have put out in that 12th round. He came off the accelerator. He was too nice, too respectful to Tank, and I don't know what's that about. I don't know what's that about. Because he was in position
how'd you score
to
the
take
first fight, OG? How'd you score the first fight?
I had Roach up.
You had Roach?
Yeah, I had Roach up without the knee.
Oh, without the knee. Okay.
Yeah.
I had it a draw.
But I wasn't mad at the draw.
I had it a draw.
I wasn't mad at the draw because Javante was putting up the WBA, he was putting up his belt. So I wasn't mad about the draw because Roach didn't press enough like in that 12. Nigga, this for the title. Nigga, go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. You
throw
got to, because
that
I
shit.
still believe you got to beat the champion.
Yeah, that's what I'm
when I
saying.
say that, it's not like you got to like abuse, you know what I'm saying? But you got to make it clear that
you got to make it clear. Yeah.
So I
Got to make
wasn't
it
mad.
clear.
I
But
wasn't mad
Roach
at the
definitely
draw.
didn't lose. He did make it clear that he didn't lose.
Oh,
So he
yeah,
didn't
for sure.
deserve no L. So
Yeah,
we
for
know
sure.
that. So I wasn't mad at the draw, but I'm gonna let the fans know right now and the people in the chat. The reason why they didn't reverse it, because it should have been reversed because of the corner thing with the towel and the knee thing. According to the rules of boxing, both of those are violations. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why they didn't, I want the chat to hear me. Listen, money over bullshit. This is Las Vegas. They cleaned house on that draw. People that bet on Tank didn't win, and people that bet on Roach didn't win.
Well,
Only
the
way
fight
you
was in
could
New
have
York,
got some
though, OG.
money.
The fight was in New York, though, OG.
Nah, bro, the bets, all the sports bets and stuff, that's Vegas money, bro. What are you
Oh,
talking
okay.
about? That's sports bets. That's out of Vegas, bro. I'm telling you what I know. All them apps we got on our phone when we place them bets, that money coming out of Vegas, not Atlanta City, out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I know where that sports bet hooked up to. So only people who won some money is the people that bet on the distance. And you might have had 2 people out of 5 million that bet on the draw. You know what? Nobody betting on no damn draw. Didn't nobody even think of nothing like that. Most
Yeah,
people bet that Tank was gonna sleep, dude. That's
right,
what most people bet. The dude was going night night.
right.
So
All right.
the sports bet wasn't giving that money back, bro. Because if
Yo,
they would have overturned that decision, they would have had to cash some people out.
all right,
That
so
makes
OG,
sense.
before I go to the next caller, just tell me lastly, how do you see the rematch going? Tank and Lamont Roach 2.
I see Lamont. I see Tank turning the volume all the way up that he can turn up on, and I see Lamont Roach going in there with way greater confidence than he had. So now all he gotta do is let his hands go, and I see it back 50-50, bro. Back 50-50.
Okay. All right, yo, OG Val, I appreciate you pulling out. You looking fresh today, OG, with the fitted
Yeah,
with the.
you know.
Woo!
All
Yeah, I appreciate you, Val. Thank you, bro.
right, man.
All right.
Yep.
My man, OG, that's OG Val, man. I love OG Val, man. I love OG Val. All right, let me get D1. It's a lot of callers. I'm gonna get to everybody, man. If y'all can just be patient, man. I'm trying to get everybody their time, but I'm trying to get to everybody. I got time today. Let me get D1 to the stage.
What's up with you, Naj? What's
D1,
poppin',
what's
bro?
up, my brother?
Shit, long
Tell me,
weekend.
man. Listen, I know you one of the biggest Tank fans out, D1.
Yeah,
Tell me,
bro.
because I want to get your turkey. I want to get your turkey
I got
opinion
it all
too.
for you.
But we got to start with Tank because I know you one of the
I got
Tank
it all
guys
for
here,
you, dog.
GTD. How did you
Listen,
feel? How
I
did you
told
feel?
you, I told you and your audience here on this show, what that shit's going the distance. Check the tape. It's
Yep.
here on this show.
Yep.
I'm a Lamont Roach fan as well. That kid show had a great showing, and we all know what taking Tank the distance does for somebody's career. It brings you to the next level. If I'm Lamont, I don't run that back with Tank. I go get that Shakur Stevenson smoke, bust him up real quick. Them triangle theories these dudes try to play on the internet, shit don't work. What you seen against Lamont and Jamel Herring was a very young Lamont Roach just coming into his prime. Now that kid's here. No matter if you like him, not, he's here now. Now they're going to have to deal with him. I thought Tank won 7-5, and I actually thought it was 8-4. I can't find more than 4 definitive rounds for Roach.
8-4, D1, 8-4.
Listen to me. I'm going to explain it. Lamont didn't do shit to the 6th round. Not a single thing to the 6th round. He threw a couple counters in the first 6. He was saving his gas for the end of that fight. He turned up 6 through 12. I gave him 4 of those rounds, like definitive. 1 swing in the first 6 because of punches landed. It's really not, man. People listen to that shit. I was in the building. I was there. You already know how I do it. Listen, bro. They're listening to the announcers and all the fucking internet hoopla afterwards, bro. Watch that shit on the PBC Prime. Turn down the volume and try to score that fight. The one shot where Tank was off balance, they all acted like Tank was damn near fucking knocked out and hurt. It's cap, bro. He was completely ready, off balance, looking at his punches coming at him, ready to fucking get it. To me, very close fight. I ain't mad at nobody that got Lamont Roach as the victor, 7-5, a
So
close fight.
what'd you think about the knee, though? What'd you think about the knee, D1?
Terrible fucking, like, to me, Tank, what the fuck? I think it was the hair in his eye and somehow the grease excuse and shit like that. Because I watched mad shit and you could see his braid come around and hit his eye. And then immediately he's pawing at the fucking eye, takes a knee. Blown call by the ref, but we got to stop fucking acting like that shit doesn't happen in sports. That man is the man in charge. Fucking Steve Willis was the man in charge. That was his call. And for all these fucking goofy ass boxing fans running around here acting like it should have been overturned, like that shit was gonna happen, never that. Was never gonna even in question. The WBA released a statement directly after and then deleted the shit. I knew what time it was once I seen that statement. They ain't overturning that shit. The rematch gonna be 1 million pay-per-view buys type shit. Because now people
rematch is gonna be crazy. How do you see the rematch?
Crazy.
Do you feel like it's gonna be a different, you know what I'm saying, version of Tank? Or do you feel like it's gonna kind of look similar to the first fight?
I know boxing, bud. And nobody fighting guys that they know that well ever worked out good for anybody. Tank fans don't want to hear that shit. I'm a boxing guy. This is what I do. I don't watch football. I don't watch basketball. I don't fuck with none of that. It's all boxing all the fucking time for me. So I think it's going to look a lot like the first fight, but Tank's got to throw more punches. If Tank threw 40 punches around, not a man on the planet could fuck with him. Nobody. He ups his work rate. None of them stand a chance. Not a single one, but he stays back there falling in love with his power, trying to land 2 or 3 counters. Guys can outbox him. And that's what we love about Tank. People seem to forget why the fuck. I know he's been looking superhuman leading up to this fight. Lamont's a guy that knows him, but we love Tank because Tank is vulnerable. He's going to fucking throw his big shots and get hit with 2 or 3. He don't care about none of that. You land a couple jabs, that ain't shit to him. He ain't thinking you're winning because you land a couple fucking jabs. He's coming to bring that fucking, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Coming to spark shit out. And I know you wanted to talk about the Turkey.
Yeah, let me know about Turkey.
Bro, he drew a line in the sand, bro. Yeah, OG Val, I got love and respect for him. He actually challenged me to a boxing match on Just Do one time.
Oh, yeah, OG.
Thought I was one of these other fucking boxing fans, bro. We get it. We get it any motherfucking time you want. But Turkey drew a line in the sand, bro. He's been working with De La Hoya, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, all these fucking guys working. Then what's he do? Tells fucking Mauricio, keep your punk ass belt over there. Dana White's the man I'm working with. All y'all, fuck out of here. Yeah, you can come keep getting this fucking money from Saudi. We'll keep paying you. But Dana's the man in charge now. Dana's running my league. That shit ruffled a whole bunch of feathers. And if they think they're going to come in here with some fucking boxing league saying fuck you to Daryl Peoples and fucking Mauricio and the other guy from WBO, what?
So what you think? You feel like it's a good move for boxing?
Listen, I don't know. I don't know yet. We got to see. You know what I mean? There's so many unanswered questions about it. How are they going to get venues? How are they going to get this shit off the ground? What kind of guys are going to fucking leave their sanctioning bodies? Number one, they fight in the WBC. They get paid to be in their rankings, and they pay to be in the rankings. They got to fight up through the rankings. Now you got Dana White talking about we don't need no 3 letters. Well, now what you're doing is creating a 5th fucking belt. Now we got Dana White's belt and TKO in the fucking mix now too. So to me, it's confusing. You ain't going to have the roster of fighters. People ain't coming to fight for you, bro. They're already locked up with PBC, Top Rank. How are you going to have the best fighting the best? How? We already know. Tank going to come fight for TKO? Lamont going to come over there? What about Keyshawn? Shakur? Any of them guys? So we already know lightweight's out of the question for best versus the best. It's just I know a lot of these guys are damn near unemployed, bro. They're sitting on the shelf, sitting in a fucking gym, hitting that bag over and over and over again, hoping to God something like this happens. So that part of me, I got nothing but kudos for it. And I want all these guys to get fucking money and at least be able to feed their fucking family. So yeah, I'm on the fence about it. Let me see. If anybody can do some shit like that, it's Dana White. But what he did is take an unknown sport that nobody cared anything about and blew it up. It's a different story in boxing. This shit's been here for hundreds of years. They've been throwing punches. You know what I mean? So Gonna be
Okay.
hard, dog. Gonna be
All right.
hard. So
Yo, D1, I
I'm eager
appreciate
to
you
see
coming
it.
up as always. Good brother. Thank you, man.
Salute, bro.
Make sure y'all
Appreciate
tune
you,
in to
dog.
D1 show too.
Angry
D1,
White Man, Fridays,
what-
10 p.m. Angry White Man. We did one last night too. It was like one of our most successful shows, man. I'm getting there. We're getting there. People starting to hear my shit. So
that's what's up, man.
appreciate you,
I see
dog.
you posted
Real
you had
shit.
your first $100 the other day, man. Keep going, baby.
No
Keep
doubt, no
going.
doubt. That's what I'm talking about. Thousands
All right.
more to come, my boy. Appreciate you,
Let's do
Nas.
it.
Thanks,
Later.
homie.
Yeah, I like D1, man. I don't always agree with D1, but I like D1. He a cool guy. Let me get Hurricanes. That Kendrell? I need cameras on though. Cameras got to be on. That Kendrell? Yeah, that's Kendrell. Hold up. We bring Kendrell up here. And then EH after that. Kendrell,
Hey,
what's up?
Najee, what's good?
What's going
What's
on,
good?
man?
Long time no see, big bro.
I know, man. How you go? How you doing, man?
Hey, you already know it ain't nothing but love my way, bro. Hey, even when we get into it, ain't nothing but love. I just want to I want to touch on the topic that you've been asking the other guests as far as Turkey and Tank. And Najee, when I say I agree with everything Turkey is doing, and I can tell you why I agree with it.
Yeah, tell me
what I'm
why.
saying? The reason I agree with what he's doing with the sport of boxing is because he eliminating all of these champions from holding these belts, what I've been asking for years. Now, that's not every aspect, but that's the aspect that I respect when I look at it. Because again, if you eliminate all them other belts, you can't be the WBO champion holding up an undisputed fight. By holding out and trying to move up and fight somebody else in another division or doing something. You can't be the IBF champion and hold up something if it's only one belt. So
Right.
I do agree with that aspect. And then he takes away what they put in place just not a couple of years ago, that franchise tag. You remember when it was just a regular title, and then a couple of years ago, Canelo came up with a franchise tag? It takes that BS away as well. So it brings it back to the fighters and the best have to get in the ring and settle it. Whoever is number one and number two, just like B-Ball and Better BL just did. They was number one and number two in the division, and they settled it in the ring. You didn't need 6 belts for them to settle that. You needed 1 belt. You needed 1. So that's why I say I agree with that. And not trying to stay on that topic too long, because I know you got other guests. To get on to the Tank Davis topic, just to give my output on that, I honestly had Roach winning 7-5. And that's without the knockdown.
Without the knockdown.
I had him winning without the knockdown. I had him winning 7-5. And it's not because he outworked Tank, but he landed the cleaner shots. He pressed forward all night, and Tank had nothing to not even stop him, but to put him in a situation to where I'm taking control of the fight, not even in the championship rounds. I gave Lamont Roach, believe it or not, the first 2, right?
Yeah.
The 6th, the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. 7 rounds. In the rematch, I think it's going to be totally different, but I agree with D1 on this one topic. D1, you are absolutely correct. It's hard to beat a fighter that you have chemistry and you got a pass with, because it just works that way. I don't know why, it just works that way. I got Tank edging out in the rematch, but it's going to be a very, very close fight.
But you think Tank gonna make it clear this time, like, all right, this is a win for me?
Absolutely. And it might go 12. It might go 12, just like the Pitbull fight. But guarantee you, this time, you're going to see him outlast him and show why he convincingly won this fight this time. And that's
so
how I
let me
have
ask you this, Kendrell, before I go to the next caller. Do you feel like, was this fight attributed more to Lamont Roach doing his thing, or was it like Tank didn't look like the same Tank? Because I hear people saying different things. Which one do you feel like it was?
Agreeing with D1, he was comfortable already with Tank in the ring and had a past history with Tank in the ring. So Tank would have had to do the unthinkable and show what he hasn't shown Lamont Roach, like throw 40 punches around, which we know Tank ain't finna do, or do something out the way. Now this time, like I said, when he go back to the drawing boards, he ain't gonna have to throw 40 punches around. He ain't gonna have to adapt to the sense of being more on the offensive side, but he's gonna have to be on the attack to be more offensive of being pushing forward, showing that I don't have to fight on the back foot, even though I want to catch you and knock you out. I don't have to fight you that way. And that's what he didn't show enough of this fight. Didn't say he didn't show it. He didn't show enough of that pressing forward. So that's why I feel like Lamont Roach, you can look at it in the sense of say Lamont Roach just had a good night, or you can also look at it in the sense of say Lamont Roach just know Tank Davis because he has a past with Tank Davis. And if Tank Davis is not going to adapt to show him something different that we've seen with Frank Martin or Rolly Ramirez, then he's going to continue to show what he's been showing and knowing the Tank Davis that he's originally knowing and doing what he can do to stop Tank Davis. And he did that. Whether you want to say he won it convincingly and stop the champion, hey, that's up to you to decide. Me, I feel like he did. I feel like he did, my opinion.
Okay. Yo, I appreciate you cooking, Kendra. Thank you for pulling up, brother.
Already. Be easy, Najee.
All right, later. All right, yo, listen, man. I'm trying to. There's a lot of people in the chat, man. Let me get to everybody. If you got the patience, man, please. I would love to hear from everybody. I'm staying on for a while. It's a lot of people in my backstage. So next two is EH and Solidas T. Let me get EH. EH, what's popping?
Nah, what's happening?
EH, what's good, brother?
What's going on with you?
Man, everything is good, man. Talk to me, brother. How you feeling about the topics of the day? Where you want to start?
Right.
Tank or Turki Alalshikh?
I'm gonna start with Tank and Roach. Let me say as a disclaimer, I had $30 left in my bookie account, right?
Yep.
I bet $10 on 4, 5, and 6 for Tank for the knockout. So I'm gonna get that out the way. You know what I mean? That's how I bet. Now look, and not because like I don't know Lamont Roach or I don't like him. You know what I mean? Because I actually got down with Lamont Roach. He fought on the undercard of the Ruslan Provodnikov and Lucas Matisse fight. So you know how long ago that was.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That
sure.
was the first time I saw him. And I was ringside. And I was like, man, this boy can box. So I knew about mine. But I thought 3 things. Foot speed, hand speed, and reflexes. The quick reflexes of Tank will get Lamont. But he showed me something. Now let me say this, because I didn't score the fight because I was just watching it as a fan. But me just watching it at the end, I just said it was a draw. You know what I mean? Okay. I wasn't scoring it round by round. I would have to go watch it again because I hear a lot of people saying that they had Roach winning. So I would have to watch it again. But I had it a draw just from watching it. But the one thing that I want to change, and I was so disappointed with, was Tank's behavior.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Break that down.
Not just the knee. Throughout the fight, Tank was talking. He was stopping, saying stuff to the referee. I think one time he said something about Roach hitting him in the back of the head or hitting him low on the hip or something, and Roach punched him in his mouth.
Yeah, I remember that.
The action. Tank, he got that next level of maturity to go to, because we watching him grow and mature as a man, but he's a superstar now. You cannot use your superstar status in these fights like this. You know what I'm saying? Because like Val said, he felt like Roach took off the gas. If Roach would have pressed the gas, Tank would have lost decisively. So Tank gotta get out of that, man. A lot of the stuff that he was doing to me, I was just like, bro, that's unprofessional. Like, Tank, you've been in the game since you was a little dude. You know you can't do that. You can't do that. And that's what to me was just, I'm like, because I want to see fighters at the top, mentally, physically. I want to see you at the top and may the best man win. Those are the best fights. But the stuff that he was doing, I'm just hoping that he learns from that. And when he go back, we get a better fight. We already know Lamont solid. He gonna train. He gonna get ready, and we know Lamont gonna put up a good fight. So I think the fight is gonna be much more competitive and much more entertainment. You know, and then it's good build up with it too.
So how you see the second fight going, EH?
Man, now that Roach done made me eat my words, I got it closer. I got it 50-50 now. Yeah. I got it 50-50 because Tank just had a bad night, bro. He was just doing a lot of stuff that I'm just like, But it doesn't mean I'm not gonna dare say he ain't an elite fighter and all that. Because a lot of people gonna say, "Oh, he was exposed," and like, stop it. Anytime a guy have a bad night or something, you know, people just want to throw him out. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Because Tank is fucking elite in that ring. You know what I'm saying? He's elite in the ring. So I think this actually just made for some more drama in the sport. You know, for us to be looking forward, you know, really looking forward to a fight. Because I think most of us, like myself, didn't think Roach was gonna show up like that. Like Roach really showed up. I was like, wow. You know what I mean? And I wish G could have got on, but G actually do his joint with him and Bang on Sundays. That's why he didn't jump on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I wanted him to jump on because he said something the other night about something that Roach was doing about how he was blocking the left hand or something. I couldn't, because I ain't no trainer. You know what I mean? So that's why I be trying to like really pay attention when trainers be breaking stuff down, because he was saying something about the defense that Roach was using and how it was dangerous, but it was working for him and all of that. Like, I really wanted him to get into that. Plus, because Val coached too, don't he?
Yeah, I know Val was a former fighter though. So
He was a former fighter. I heard him on your show a while ago break down some fights. I was like, dang, he breaking it down. Like, I would like to see him on here kind of co-hosting with you, man, because he be doing some good breakdowns. Val be doing some good breakdowns.
Yeah, tell me what you think about Turki Alalshikh though. How you feel about that?
Okay. Let me try to hurry up and get through this. Listen, because I had to, and I'm glad you brought this up, because I've been wanting to do this. These are the two primary definitions of sanction, right? Now I looked them up. The first definition is a threatened penalty or disobeying a law or rule. So we understand that from like watching politics. Like, they'll put sanctions on the country if they want them to do. Okay, we got that. Yep. The other definition of sanction is official permission or approval for an action. So when I hear sanctioning body, I'm thinking, okay, you have to get approval for this fight. But in my mind, and I've always thought like this, the primary people in making a fight happen is the fighters and their teams and the state athletic commission. What the fuck is the WBC? What are they? They have a belt. Listen, fighters are gauged by two things. Their name and popularity, like whether they sell tickets. So you ain't got to be the best fighter. People like you, they're going to come buy tickets, a la Jake Paul.
Yep.
And their records. So all we need in boxing is great record keepers. We just need a record-keeping administration to keep the records. And then that way, that record-keeping administration can set up their own prizes that you win, whether it's a medal, a belt, whatever it is. And then you can set up your own system of ranking. Like, the sanctioning bodies are taking these percentages from fighters to fight. To me, they've never been of importance. Like, and that's why with Turki coming in the game, I don't necessarily have to agree with everything he's doing, but he's shaking it up. And it needs to be shook up. Now, the fact that he's bringing in Dana White to help him, I don't really know how that's going to work, because I'm not really that in depth with the business. But this is something that I always understood. And for the other guests that's coming on, they can correct me or add to it. There is the fighter and his team, manager, promoter, advisor, and then you have the TV networks / casinos. They usually are the people who are putting up the money. And these promoters and these other people go into some type of deals. And then also on your team, you may have lawyers. So when all of this money come up, depending on how much you know, how good your team is, how trustworthy they are, is you're going to be able to negotiate to get you a good, big cut of that money. Now, with Dana White, from what we know about what he pays his fighters in that league, I never want to see that happen in the boxing. So, you know, I don't want to see that. As crazy as boxing is, I would rather for it to stay like it is than to be like the UFC. Because them guys ain't making no money, and Dana out the casino fucking up their money. You don't get in the ring and fight. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't make some money if you help organize events, but the bulk of that money should go to the people who getting punched in their damn head. And this is something that is so rampant in American business, period. The people who really actually go do the work get the less, and the people who sit back administrating take the bulk. And then as people, we say, oh, there's business. No, that's not business.
Are you right?
That's criminal.
the people that's organizing tend to get more money than the people that's actually doing it. You know
You
what I'm
see
saying?
what I'm saying? I'm not saying you shouldn't get paid because we need things to be organized, but the people who are doing the primary work, like, bro, we need to come up with different systems. And I don't know how it's going to work out because depending on the industry, you know, but listen, the way boxing is now, if Turkey going to kick that bread up and he going to pay these guys what that market value is, with all that other stuff that they go through, it is what it is. But don't turn it into the UFC.
Right.
Because they won't be making shit. So that part of it, and you know, it gets tricky, man. Because like I don't, you know, personally, I don't know anything about boxing, but I'm sitting back watching it, and then even what I'm doing, because like I'm in the trucking industry, I own a truck, but I'm contracted with a company.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, bro, in the last 6 months, I done got beat out a lot of money, and I'm talking about beat out of money where they took it, they told me they took it, but it ain't shit I can do about it. Because the couple grand that you took from me, if I'm gonna fight you for it, I'm gonna have to pay a lawyer 3 times that amount to get the money, and you know that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why when we see boxers act the way that they act and go through what they go through as media guys, sometimes you need to be a little bit more understanding because they got so much shit on their mind, especially when they get older and they really start figuring out the business. Their frustration a lot of times ain't with the fans or with other people. It's really with them people, with the money people. You know what I mean?
I see that.
So
okay.
let
you
Turkey
was
do
cooking
his
tonight,
thing.
man. You was cooking tonight, man. I appreciate you pulling up, brother. You was cooking tonight.
All right, appreciate you, Najee.
Thank you, brother. All right, y'all. Yo, listen, bear with me. Let me get Salidas T and then Tommy Renfro. And then after that, it's Combat Lover. I'm trying to get everybody, man. It's a lot of people back here, so bear with me. Let me get Salidas T. What's popping?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me
going
good?
on, brother? Everything good. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah,
Man,
to
topic
touch
of
on
the
that.
day, we got Tank Davis, Lamont Roach, the rematch, and then we got Big Turk and Dana White. Which one you want to start with?
I'll start with the Tank and Roach. You can hear me, right?
Yep, all perfect.
Yeah, the Tank and Roach fight, I thought it was pretty even. I think Roach should have got the dub because of the knee. And I think if they would have counted it, then that should have been a win for Roach, but they didn't. So we're gonna go off what happened. What actually happened is they didn't count it on the scorecard. So I think that was the right verdict, a draw. They should run it back. So that was a really good competitive fight. I mean, he knows Tank. He fought him in the amateur, sparred with him, so he knows him. So, and then I'm hearing part of the reason why Tank agreed to fight him is because because they're actually friends outside of the boxing.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to help Roach get more exposure, make more money. I'm hearing that's part of the reason why he took that fight. And so that's
I
cool.
can see you can see that by the press conference. Tank usually more extra
Yeah,
in the
he
press
wasn't really talking
conference.
shit to him.
But yeah, he was very respectful, and you know what I'm saying. So you can see there's a level of you know friendship there.
Yeah. And as far as Tank go, I think the problem with Tank, now we're all Tank fans. Even people that hate and talk shit about Tank are Tank fans. We've seen Tank perform better than that. I think the problem with Tank is he's talking that he's going to retire at the end of this year. See, when you're talking about retiring and when you're thinking that way, that shit can demotivate you. Like it can make you not as motivated as you should be. See, when you're a boxer, you got to be 1,000% motivated. I honestly believe by Tank thinking that, because he's saying it, it's kind of making him not as motivated as he should be. Because he didn't really perform at his best in that fight. We've seen Tank perform better than that. So I think in the rematch, Tank is going to be more motivated, and I think it's going to go differently. I'm going to say this might be controversial. I don't think Tank's going to knock him out, but I think Tank is going to tap into like his higher level boxing ability, and I think he's going to get the decision. That's what I think is going to happen in the rematch. If you knock him out, he'll knock him out. But I don't think he's going to knock him out, though. I think Roach, he might know him too well to avoid getting knocked out. That's what I think is going to happen in that.
Okay,
so
I'm not mad at that. What do you think about Big Turkey and Dana White?
You know, judging by the way Turkey, like how he dealt with your boy, your young goat Shakur, because Shakur fought in July of last year, right before February. Who knows how long he would have been inactive had Turkey not stepped in? So Turkey's already doing great things. So I'm not really. The verdict is out. We'll see what happens, but I don't think it would go bad. They're obviously trying to make it where the best fight the best all the time, but Turkey's already doing a really good job. So I really don't got no criticism for him. Because I was just reading
Okay.
something earlier that he rejected the bid for Bivol and Benavidez to fight. I honestly think they're coming up with two scenarios. They're trying to get Bivol to rematch Canelo, or they're trying to get Canelo to finally agree to fight Benavidez. Because the thing about the Canelo and Benavidez shit, that's a fight everybody on the universe wants to see. It's either that number one, and then your boy Shakur versus Tank. Those are the top two fights that literally everybody wants to see. I
Yeah.
honestly believe Turkey rejecting that, Benavidez and Bivol, they're trying to set those fights up. I really think that's what's going to happen. But the partnership with Dana White, I can't say right now. We'll see what happens. But so far, Turkey's been doing good, so I don't really see a reason to criticize him. So we'll see
Okay.
what happens.
All right, yo, Salidas, I appreciate you pulling up, brother. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right, let me get Tommy Renfro. Let me get Tommy Renfro, and then I'm gonna go for Worm big 5'6". Let me get Tommy Renfro. What's popping?
Yo, what's going on, Ozzy?
What's going on, good brother? How are you, man?
Doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Just got out the gym.
Let's get to it. Get into it. Tell me, we got the two topics of the day: Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. The rematch or Big Turk. Where you want to start?
We'll start with the Gervonta rematch. I had Roach win in the first fight, probably 8-4, 9-3. To be honest with you, I didn't think
9-3,
I
8-4.
yeah, I didn't really think there was much going on those first 6 rounds. Output for both of them were low, but I gave Roach 7 through 12. I thought he took over the fight at those in those rounds and really put a stamp on it. But I could see it 8-4. I mean, I could see how some people maybe see it 7-5 just because those early rounds. But in the rematch, I don't really know how that goes. Just because people have been saying Tank wasn't focused during that fight. I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, a lot of people, like the guy that was just on, he mentioned, retirement. And, anytime a fighter brings up retirement, it's never a good thing, right? But I think a lot of the stuff Tank says in the buildup of his fights are just meant so people, click on the video, it gets attention to the fight.
So
But
you think he's trolling? Like he's purposely
yeah,
saying these
yeah.
things to like.
I mean, every fight, even this one, he bashes Floyd Mayweather. Every single fight, he's bashing Floyd Mayweather. And obviously, Floyd's still the face of boxing. Everyone talks about him to this day. But I saw it 8-4, 9-3. But going into the rematch, I think they both are going to step up and do more. I wouldn't be surprised if Tank edges it out this time, though. That's how
Okay.
I see
You
it.
think by decision or KO?
I would say decision. I would say
Okay.
decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me what you think about Turkey and Dana White. They forming this new league that they're talking about, and it's gonna shake up boxing. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I'm excited for it. I mean, like we've been talking about, we want to see the best fight the best. You know what I mean? And that's what Turkey's been doing. But he's been, giving out bags to everyone who steps up and fights the best. So I think as long as Turkey's involved, we're in good hands. But something about it, I'm not going to be surprised if Dana White, screws over some fighters financially. Things don't go as they plan to just because of Dana White. I mean, I don't have anything against him, but just seeing how he operates the UFC, I mean, we hear a lot of UFC fighters come into boxing because they want a payday. I mean, these guys aren't making what boxers make. So I would hope that would stay the same. And then the other concern I have is with the league, the TKO league, they're talking about one belt. I would say that I feel like fighters' careers, longevity-wise, aren't going to last as long if they do one belt, because we're going to have a ranking system, and that champion is going to be required to fight killer after killer after killer. So, I mean, think about it like Shakur. Shakur's champ of the lightweight division. He's got Keyshawn. I don't know if that fight gets made. You got Abdullah Mason on the rise. You got Tank. I mean, you still got Mortaya, Zepeda. Just tough fight after tough fight. And once you're at that level, I mean, every fight is
Yeah.
tough. But, I mean, I don't know. I just see the longevity of certain careers going lower. I mean, but the 4 belts opens up opportunities, too, for other fighters to get a championship. And I don't see that happening as well either.
I see
I mean,
what you mean.
it might be longer before, like, Abdullah Mason gets a title shot or something like that,
I see what you mean. I'm not mad at that take, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Tommy, I appreciate you pulling up. They saying you look like Teofimo Lopez in the chat. Do you agree?
I mean, I do. I think I'm a little better looking than Teo, but you know, it is what it is.
All right. Yo, Tommy, thank
All
you, man, for pulling up, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, man.
right, man. Have a good one.
All right. All right. Let me get Worm and then Combat Lover. It's a couple more people in the chat, man. I'm trying to get to everybody. Let me get Worm. What's popping?
What's good, man? You doing all right, Najee?
Man, everything is good, brother. How about you?
I can't complain, man. Chilling, dreading
So
going to
listen,
work
man, we
tomorrow.
got two topics today, man. We talking Tank versus Lamont Roach, the rematch, or Big Turkey and Dana White starting the league. Where you want to start at?
Let's start with Tank, man.
Go
I
ahead.
think Tank was thoroughly outclassed and outboxed through 12 rounds. And I went back and watched the fight. Yeah. And I say that because Roach kept his demeanor. He kept he kept to his fight the whole fight. He ain't let him get in his head with the shit talking. You know, he did what he had to do. I went back and rewatched the fight the next
Yeah.
day and I put it
What
on
do you
mute.
think when you seen it again? Did it change anything for you, or it was still kind of the same?
No, it was still the same. And I'm watching Tank, like Tank was really hesitant the whole fight. Like he knew if he opened up any more than he did, then he was gonna take a lot harder punches. And Roach buzzed him a couple of times, you know. But I gave him the fight 8-4. That's how I seen it. Because they weren't really busy in the first couple of rounds. But like I said, once I went back and watched it with the mute, I didn't count no punches in clinch. And I barely counted jabs, but the significant punches, Roach landed more in every round but two. So
how do you see a rematch when the rematch happens, which is saying I saw Lamont Roach's guys today. He said that they're basically close to finalizing the rematch. How do you feel like the rematch goes?
I think it's gonna go a little bit similar to how this fight went, but I think Tank gonna take more chances. And if he takes those chances, he might can back up Roach. You know, we ain't never seen nobody backing Tank up like Roach was. You know, we've seen Tank luring people in to shots, but he was actually backing up away from Roach.
I agree.
But I mean, Tank's still dangerous, bro. Like he's still dangerous. My cousin asked me the next day what I think about him and Shakur. I said it's still 50-50. You know, you can't take nothing away from Tank. He just he wasn't in his right mind. He didn't come in on weight. You know, he was 133.8. I ain't never seen him not hit 135. You know, so you know, it just depends on how he is mentally. And he need to get Barry on up out of there and get Calvin back in his corner as the head trainer too. I can say
So
that.
you didn't like the Barry interaction. You feel like
Nah.
Calvin's better for him.
Yeah, Calvin gonna tell that nigga shut up and listen. You know, Barry just going with what Tank's saying back to him. You know, so
okay.
and you can
What you
see
think about?
Calvin was kind of like standing to the side, like I'm gonna let you do what you do. You know,
Yeah,
he
exactly.
wasn't trying to get too much input.
I love Calvin, man. That's a good brother.
Mhm.
What you think about Big Turk, man? Big Turk, he's doing this partnership with Dana White. They're talking about forming a league. No, we don't care about the sanctioning bodies. We got our own belt. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's good for boxing? Like, give me your thoughts.
I mean, I think it is just because I like to see the best fight the best. I'm tired of paying money for people that we know who gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't know. I don't know the complete stipulations of the deal. I haven't read no articles or anything like that. I just been seeing everybody going off about it. People are upset. Some people okay for it. But if he making the fights and he paying these fighters, I mean, they put their life on the line for our entertainment. You know, so that's what I'm willing to see. I'm willing to see the best fight the best. And I guess we'll have to deal with the fallout as it comes. And hopefully it ain't nothing bad. But I mean, I think it's just the promoters are upset because they ain't dropping their nuts and doing what Turkey doing. You know, Turkey like, man, we gonna make y'all fight. You know, you say you the best, you say you the best. Well, motherfucker, show it. You know, don't sit here and say, well, you got to fight this guy and prove yourself that you worthy of a fight and this, that, and the third. You know, Turkey like, hey, let's get in this ring and let's dance. So I mean, we'll see. You know,
Turkey gonna put you in a fight. He ain't just gonna give you no gimme. He gonna put you in a fight for real.
but yeah, I mean, so we'll see how it goes. But man, I wanted to say, man, thank you. I had a good little Sunday evening, chilling, listening to you. I'm gonna keep following you, man. I like your page. You got a good, unbiased take. You respect the sport. That's me. I told my cousin, hey, I'm a fan of boxing, not boxers. You know.
Yeah.
So
I feel that. Worm, thank you for pulling up, brother. I appreciate you, man.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right, man. Be easy, bro.
All right. Salute.
Yep.
All right, let me get Combat Lover and then Crown Jewel. I'm trying to get everybody, man. It's a lot of people in chat. Combat Lover, what's popping?
What's up, bro? How you doing
What's up,
today?
brother?
All
Yo, you
right.
still in Malaysia, man? Malaysia?
Yeah. I'm
Man,
still in
combat lover.
Malaysia.
What's up, brother? How you living, man? You all right?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, and it's good to see you again. It's good to see you. Thank you for the program that you're hosting today. It's a very interesting topic you're touching.
Thank you,
First,
man. When you
I
want to
just
start
wanna
with, man? You want to start with Tank and Lamont Roach, or you want to start with Big Turk?
I wanna start with Big Talk because
Salute, my guy
that
Lulu in the building. Lulu, salute. You
that
keep cooking, Lulu. All right, go ahead, combat.
Okay. So, first, I just want to say this. I don't necessarily agree with you when you compare Talk to Donald Trump, because Big Talk is doing a lot of great things, and I don't know of the other guy. But notwithstanding, they still have a little similarity. Maybe working with Dana White makes him look like Trump in some
Yeah.
extent. Yeah, but in terms of the benefit of what it brings to the table, I can tell you that there's a lot of pros in there's a lot of benefit in what the partnership
Yeah,
is.
tell me, combat. What you think is the pros? What's the pros?
Yeah, I think it's gonna bring a lot of first there'll be league, like they said. That means every other weekend you've got boxing going on. It's good for the fans, it's good for boxing, right? I don't know. I mean, some people might not like that, but definitely it's gonna get world stage. You're gonna have a lot of fighters from different continents, and the roster is gonna be busy. So that I like that for my own. And
Yeah.
another thing is the sanctioning body, like one of your guests explained. I love that explanation, and it's very clear. I mean, getting rid of the sanctioning body, there's nothing bad in that, because at the end of the day, it's just the fighters, their agent, and whatever that really matters. And one thing I want to say is the agent representation is going to be better, because now you have fighters coming with their agents negotiating. Although in UFC you have that problem right now where the negotiation is bad, but you have teams like I don't know if you know Abdul Aziz. He does better job in negotiating good fights and good payment for his fighters. All right, so I think that also is a good thing. Now the cons are maybe the payment, but I think if you notice, if you've been following it very well, you see that this partnership came about right after Francis Ngannou got the opportunity with Turki Alalshikh. I mean, you know Dana White. Dana White is a person that always like to always get back at people, or always want to, I don't know how to explain that.
He's
So
controversial, Dana White. He
yeah,
gonna go
yeah,
at,
he's very controversial, and whenever he sees that you're doing better, he's definitely gonna go to that place that you're doing better to. So I think if Talk is gonna give in to his payment system, I mean to Dana's poor payment system, Talk would have taken the deal right before Francis Ngannou. So I think this has a lot of benefit for the fighters, for boxing, and for the fans. That's my take on that. And as regards Tank and Lama Roach, I think if you watch UFC 313 that just happened last night, I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot about UFC or
Go
MMA.
ahead,
I'm
yeah.
sorry about
I
that.
didn't see. I saw highlights. I don't really watch UFC, but I saw the
You go
highlights.
watch
The other
the
dude
main
beat
fight was
Alex
between
Pereira. What's his name? Pereira? Something like that?
Alex Pereira
Yeah.
versus Ankalaev. It's the same thing. I mean, not the same thing, but if you compare that to Tank and Lama Roach, is almost the same weight, because Alex Pereira is the star of UFC. Tank is the star of boxing, or that above. Ankalaev is just coming there to upset. So, but at the end of the day, you see the judges. So those are the kind of things you're gonna see in TKO when it starts. They will bring that to boxing. So those are the kind of things you can expect, which I think is better, because I think for me, Lama Roach won the fight.
Oh,
I mean,
how'd you score it? How'd you score it?
8-4, like many other
8-4?
people. Yeah, like
Okay.
many other people say. So that's my own piece for today. Thank you very much, and
Okay.
I'll continue
Yo,
following.
Combat, I appreciate you pulling up, man, and showing me love, brother. Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, later. All right, man. Let me get Crown Jewel before I get off here. It's been 2 hours, man. I'm gonna get Crown Jewel up here. Turn that camera on though, bro. Crown Jewel. All right, me and Crown Jewel up here. Yo.
What's good, bro? I had the camera off because I'm driving and my
Oh, yeah,
phone is not mounted.
yeah. If you need to turn it off because you're driving, so just me, I'm saying I just need you to be safe. If you need to turn it off, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. I just want you to see I ain't spam.
All right. Cause I remember talking to you before, man. You have great insight. Yeah, Lenny, he driving. You know, I usually make sure I do cameras on, but we got to make sure our guests are safe. So, Crown Jewel, let me know, how do you feel about Tank Davis and Lamont Roach? Because I remember you from last time you was cooking. Could you let me know?
Well, I feel like Tank in that fight underperformed. Yes. I feel he definitely lacked focus going into the fight. He wasn't himself. You can't change a player's game in the ninth inning. He brings in a new coach. You can say what you want. Like, Barry's always worked with him, but Calvin's been the man. He wasn't in this fight. There was a difference in Tank's body language leading up to the fight. He was different at the press conferences. You heard people, hinting at his mental health. If you guys pay attention to the Rise podcast, they were saying he's crying out for help. There's just a lot of things that weren't right. But even in saying that, I still feel like Tank should have won a razor-thin decision. But he suffers from that Mayweather effect where you're so used to seeing him dominate people that if anybody gives him a tough fight, a la Floyd Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, or Marcos Maidana, on first look, you say, well, the other guy beat him. No, he didn't beat him. He just didn't get beat up.
How did you score the fight, Crown Jewel?
I had it 7-5 for Tank. And as a former fighter, current trainer, I've managed fighters, promoted shows, worked for the New Jersey State Athletic Commission. I would just say I wouldn't want a knockdown based on somebody's hair going in their eye. I know I didn't hit and hurt that man and drop him. I know he voluntarily took a knee. So as a competitor, I don't even want that knockdown. And for the people that say Tank should know better, I want to ask them, have you ever been maced? Have you ever had an alcohol product in your eye? Do you know what that feels like? Everybody who has an alcohol product going to their eye, it's an immediate reaction. I have fighters I train now, my son being one, that have cornrows. When they get their hair done in the gym, they're running off the bag, coming to me like, Coach, wipe my eyes, wipe my eyes. That's something no human can ignore. You have to be able to see. And like I said, was it an errant judgment? Yes, but we know Tank in all his fights is talking. You've seen him in the corner asking, where's Leonard? Where's Floyd? Talking to his mom in the crowd. He's always been a distracted fighter, but fighters are creatures of habit, and you didn't see Leonard Ellerby this fight. You didn't see the interaction between Calvin and him. And one thing I say, some people, I think Barry Hunter's a teacher, and he gives technical advice. But you can't give a whole lot of technical advice on fight night because the fighter's under the gun. It's more motivation. And Calvin is usually able to touch that nerve with Tank when he gives him that penitentiary talk. Put that knife in him when he's telling him to go to the body, as opposed to what you're hearing from Barry, where he's calm. And I just think Tank responds more to that violent aggression. But like I said, I think people are overreacting because he's normally dominant. In this fight, he wasn't. And I think the reason why he wasn't dominant is because he didn't have his ducks in a row leading up to the fight. Also, I agree with a lot of the other guys. When fighters start talking about retirement, some people say, oh, he's building a fight. No, he's not. No, he's not. When fighters start talking about and that
Crown, yo, Quay, say that again, Crown. You cut out. Say it one more time. You said when fighters talk about retirement, what?
You're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And it's where that's completely impossible. You cannot. If you are, it just doesn't work. So when fighters start talking about, he's talking about retirement, and he's talking about getting counseling and addressing his mental health and wanting to be a better dad. That means boxing isn't his priority anymore. And when boxing's no longer your priority, you're not going to perform on a world-class level. It's just not going to happen.
Okay. So how do you see the rematch, Crown Jewel? If they do actually get the rematch, which it seems like that's the route it's going, how do you feel like the rematch goes?
I'm torn. Normally in rematches, the more talented fighter separates himself because talent shows itself more over time. But I'm also looking at it kind of like with the amateur background, with the familiarity, with Tank having difficulty with him in the amateurs, you got to question, is it a Roy Jones, Antonio Tarver situation? Is it a Vernon Forrest, Shane Mosley situation? Just one of those situations where Tank is, in my opinion, the better fighter, but Lamont just may be his Achilles heel. You know what I mean? Which is why those triangle theories don't work. Where just like, Ray Leonard, Duran, and Hagler, you may be better than a guy, but not be able to beat him. But if you fight like opponents, you do better against those opponents than he does. So I'm kind of torn there, but I definitely want to touch on that Turkey situation too, because I think
Yeah, man. Give me your
bigger
thoughts on that, brother. How you feel about Turkey and Dana White?
I hate to say it, I hate it. I absolutely hate it, and it makes me go back to old school and history in school. Those who are ignorant to history are doomed to repeat it. We think back, it's going to set us back 30 years. John McCain put a bill together called the Muhammad Ali Act to separate the promoters, the sanctioning bodies, making it so everybody's separate. Because when it's not like that, you have what you have in the UFC. Everything's centralized. The fighters have absolutely no negotiating power. Everything's under one rule, and then that dictator gets to tell the fighter, this is who you're going to fight, this is how much you're going to make, and that's that. There is no fair negotiating. This is, like I said, this is verbatim the reason the Muhammad Ali Act became a thing. Now, in the UFC, I've said for years, in boxing, it's illegal for the promoter and the sanctioning body to have any type of interactions. They can't be one. They can't be, a joint entity. They're not. Don King and Bob Burnham got banned from New Jersey in the 90s for that reason, because it leaves room for stuff to be manipulated and unfair practices. And the only person that loses in that is the fighter. The people that have the money don't lose. The fighter loses. And if the UFC has been like that the whole time. You look at, I think at one time when Floyd had made that $100 million or whatever he made with Pacquiao, and then you look at what the best UFC fighter was making at that time, it was like $3 million a fight. It's not even close. You're going to have more of that. When you have somebody that doesn't have to compete and doesn't have to negotiate, and it's like, listen, I'm the judge, the jury, and the executioner, then I can go back to telling the fighter, this is the deal I got for you. Take it or leave it. I'm going to somebody else, and there's nothing you can do about it because I control everything. So I don't like it at all. I like everybody separate. Do we need to improve the sanctioning bodies and make them less corrupt? Yes, we want more division, not more inclusion between the promoters and the sanctioning bodies, because when you have that, again, the fighters lose.
Do you trust Turkey?
I do want to make one more point too. What do you say?
Say it again, Crown Jewel.
Do I trust Turkey?
Yeah, some people are saying they don't trust Turkey and what he's doing right now. How do you feel about what Turkey's been doing in the sport?
I don't like what he's doing. First of all, I'm telling you, you can't trust him. You'd have seen him arm in arm with all these promoters and then come out and say the hell with them. You know what I mean? Like at the flick, he said the hell with them. I'm starting a league with Dana White. Literally said the hell with them. Went outside of boxing and went and got Dana White in order to shaft them. He's going to back them in the corner and try to put them out of business. How can you trust a guy like that?
Okay.
And I feel so strongly about it because I've seen these fighters. I've come up with multiple world champions. I don't want to say their name because I don't want anybody to think I'm talking about individuals and tell their business. But I see what these fighters look like and what their lives look like when the lights go out. And it's not pretty. So I know you just said something about not liking when they say fights have to marinate. I like the idea of a fight marinating. The young man said earlier, if he was Roach, he wouldn't go back into a Tank fight. I agree with him 100%. And I'm a Tank fan. But the reason why I wouldn't, if I was Roach on Roach's team, because the same way Roy Jones told Bernard Hopkins, don't fight me in a rematch right away. Go make all you can make. Go become as big as you can become, and then let's come back and do it later. Because after we fight each other again, what do you have?
Okay. I'm not mad at that take,
Did you
brother.
hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I said I'm not mad at that take. I'm not mad at that. I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, because I'm a fighter's guy. You know what I mean? And a lot of people say, well, and I understand that. I don't care about the business of boxing. Not caring about the business of boxing, not caring about these fighters. Like, some of these fighters are living at bus stops when they retire, man. They don't have nothing. So, and then you say, well, this guy shouldn't have held out for more money. Fighters ain't getting no pension when they stop, bro. They got to get everything they can get, and everybody's got their hand in their pockets. So if you're just fighting to prove, because that's what they did, they excuse my language, they mind screwed the UFC fighters into saying they don't care about money. They just want the best to fight the best. Okay, you walk away with nothing. There's no business or enterprise in the United States of America or anywhere in the world where you're okay with working your behind off and walking away with nothing. And we shouldn't feel like that about fighters. This isn't tough men competitions. This is a profession. Everybody only got so many wars in them. You want to be paid right for them. Not saying you don't want to be in a war, but when you have that war, you want to make sure the money represents what you went through. So when you walk away, you can afford to live in shelter and not at the bus stop.
Right. Right. Okay. Yo, Crown, I appreciate you pulling up, good brother, man. Thank you. I love when you come to cook, man. Thank you.
I appreciate you, bro. Oh, yeah,
All right.
before I go, I typed it, but I have to. The way you represented with that TO thing, you wasn't unprofessional. You wasn't ignorant. You just let him know that what he was doing was whack. I respect that.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
All right, Crown.
All right.
Later.
Later.
Yo, listen, man. Yo, I appreciate y'all in the chat. Everybody cooking in the chat is hella funny. Listen, Lenny P, you've been cooking in the chat. My man Lulu, you've been cooking in the chat. Val, OG Val, been cooking in the chat, man. Thank y'all, everybody who been in the chat, man. Y'all make this thing entertaining. You missed it. Omari Jones been here. I started off with Omari Jones before we started letting everybody cook, man. Tune into the replay. Omari Jones, one of the most exciting new prospects in the sport. And man, it was good. It was good. I just started my channel, man. Oh yeah, hold up. Thank you, man, for starting. Yo, I'm gonna check out your channel, Ringside Taste. I'll check it out. What kind of content you doing, bro? Yeah, John was cooking in the chat too. Salute to John. Salute to John. John cooking in the chat. Yeah, John been cooking in the chat. All right. Yo, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody on this Sunday evening coming to cook up with me. Your boy Cigar Talk. I got some heat on the way. I got some heat on the way. I just want y'all to know that as I continue to grow and do this boxing thing, y'all coming with me. I do this for y'all. I do this for this community. And I got some heat on the way. Next, on Cigar Talk, I'm bringing Boots Ennis back to the channel. I'm bringing Boots back to the channel. It was a lot of disrespect going on with Boots, man. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna lie. I want to see Boots versus Virgil Ortiz. After Virgil beat Majimov, that fight got more interesting to me. Let me know. Do y'all want to see Boots interview? Let me know in the chat. How y'all feeling about Boots in this interview? I'm looking at the chat. How y'all feel about Boots right now? Nigga said not Uggs. Uggs is crazy, bro. Come on, man. Don't do that. Boots is one of them guys. I think Boots gonna whoop Stan Jonas. I can't wait for that fight. Lenny P, you know we family here, man. Cigar Talk. I don't got fans. I got family. Everybody in this chat that's supporting you, family. Duck Boots? Nah, I got to bring Boots back, man. I don't think Boots ducking. Yo, salute. Trap Lean in the building. Queens get the money. No disrespect from me. Just saying he can't fuck with Bud. I'm not mad at that. Nice salute to you, Najee. You killing it. Imported me, champ. Mr. Catch a Body. Boots is next. I'm chopping it up with Boots. We gonna cook his ass too. Lenny crazy, man. Keep grinding. Yo, thank you for the super chat, Lucas. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Lucas Media, salute. Thank you, bro. I got Boots coming up. I also got Devin Haney coming up. How y'all feel about the Devin Haney episode? If I could get Al Bernstein on here, would you be willing? Yeah, I like Al Bernstein, man. Legend. Classic. I like Al Bernstein. Yeah, Lenny, let me know. I will bring Al up here. Salute to you, Najee. You killing it. You inspire me. I appreciate it, champ. Thank you. The hangout spot. Thank you, bro. I just want y'all to know, bro. I'm not one of these guys that came in boxing and I got like, you know, a big company behind me and I got a bunch of people behind me putting up money and getting me interviews. This is just me as a hustler coming in the game that I love and hustling to get these interviews, bro. I say that to say, if you really love this sport and you really want to do something, all you got to do is hustle and push past the nose. That's all I did. When I came in, it was people's like, nah, we don't know. Nah. I said, all right, cool. I'm going to grind and keep working. That's it. Keep working. Push past the no. That's all you got to do. Dev going to be fired. That's a fact. Am I going to ask about the lawsuit? Of course. Of course I got to ask about the lawsuit. After all, Virgil did better job against Majimov than Bud. He also got hit more than Bud did too, but that was definitely a great performance by Virgil Ortiz. I was very impressed. I didn't think he had it. I didn't think he had it in him to win it in that capacity. My boy, hold up. Make sure y'all tap in. Ringside Views, my boy. Ringside Views on Instagram. Hottest boxing page on Instagram. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and follow Ringside Views. Ringside Views on Instagram. Best boxing page on Instagram, bar none. Ringside Views. You got to get Big Turk. I know. I was trying to get Big Turk, but me and Tio had a whole thing. Big Turk walked right by me. I was trying to talk to Big Turk. I need that. Yo, the hangout spot. Keep going, brother. Keep going. Don't let nobody stop you. Keep going and I'll support you. I'll come on your channel, whatever, and show some love. Ask him about Young Thug. I will. I will. They hating. You lapping some of these other outlets. That's a fact, Lulu. I'm coming in hot. Pause. I'm coming in to make. Hold on. I got to pause that. But I'm coming to make this boxing shit real. We need platforms that's going to keep it real. That's what I'm here to do. Virgil versus Bakram. That's a good fight. Oh, okay. If I ever want someone who speaks Spanish, you could assist. All right. Thank you, man. Yo, hit me on Twitter. Gorgior. Hit me on Twitter at Najee Chill. Because I do need a translator for something I was trying to do. Yo, salute, John. Thank you, bro. You was cooking in the chat today, John. You one of the MVPs of the chat today. Thank you, bro. Pulling up. Yeah, Lenny P. My cousin Lenny, he don't like Big Turk. Lenny, my cousin, though. I respect you, Lenny, for sure. Lenny, my man. OG Val, my man. Yo, listen, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Thank everybody for pulling up today. It was a good episode of Cigar Talk, and I got some heat on the way. Like I said, Jerron Boutennis, I'm filming that this week, and I got some heat on the way, man. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you for pulling up. Yeah, John was the MVP. John was killing in the chat today. John was cooking in the chat today. Very, very funny, and it makes it very entertaining, man. This is a great community, and I appreciate y'all. Najee, you ain't got to spend no money with Tank to go to the fight. Stayed home, made the bread off the live stream. That's a fact. That's a fact. I don't go where I'm not invited. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, salute to y'all, man. I thank everybody for pulling up. Oh, Miss JoJo in the building. Big JoJo, salute. I feel like I ain't see you in a minute, JoJo. Thank you for pulling up. Miss Joette in the building. That's my dog. Big JoJo in the building. All right, y'all. Thank everybody for pulling up on this good Sunday. I'll be back later this week for another live. I'm going to get another guest. And I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Thank you. Y'all know how we do this big cigar talk. Big cigar talk energy. We out of here.